Hello everyone, I am Dr. MANOHARSHA. I am a general and laparoscopic surgeon by profession. I always felt that so many health conditions can be prevented by simple remedies. And there is lots of information thanks to the high-speed internet that we are all having. The moment you type your problem in the Google, it just, bombards you with lots and lots of information that sometimes you're confused. You don't get the right information sometimes. Some people come to the clinic, Googling their condition, diagnosing themselves, and comes to me and asks, "Doctor, this is my problem, please give this treatment. I did not require your consultation for that." They speak like that, it becomes a little bit of struggling situation for doctors to convince the patient. Yes, sometimes they might be right, and it is good that you wanted to know what's happening within your body. Nothing wrong in that, you have to know. But again, you have to trust an expert. You have to take the opinion of an expert before jumping into conclusions and diagnosing yourself your own disease conditions. On the other hand, there are people who don't even bother to know what's happening in their body, what is the disease condition they're suffering from exactly. They just ask for pills, take them, and they're happy. And there are other sector of people who are half informed or misinformed, and they're so in an anxious state. So I thought, instead of me waiting for people to come to me with conditions and then treat them, that usually all of us doctors do, but then I thought maybe I have to reach out to more people so that I can sensitize them, educate them with some of the basic information by which they can help themselves from getting into such health conditions. That is why I'm here. And I thought, to start off, I'd like to tell a small story. We all like stories, right? Right from our childhood, we are so fascinated by these stories. And this is a story of a miracle. These miracles don't happen just in movies. Like doctor comes out and tells us, "This is a medical miracle. I don't know how this patient survived." So dramatically, they say that, and people make it like a parody. But friends, miracles do happen in life. And this is that story. So what happened yesterday, me, my wife, my mother, and I was with my brother, we decided to go out. Doctors, we hardly find time for our families, very unfortunate. But finally I thought I have to take some time out, and we decided to go out for shopping. So I took my car. We were in this traffic for almost 30 minutes. After all the struggle in the traffic, finally we reached the destination, and I was just about to park my car near the destination, and I was in almost around 10 to 20 kmph speed. I was about to park the car, right? Suddenly there was a jerk, and I felt that my tire bumped over something, it ran over something. I didn't know what happened, and before I even sensed, or before I even realized what happened, all the crowd were just coming over my car, towards my car, and yelling and screaming and telling, "Just go back, take the car back." I was in a state of distress. I didn't understand what's happening. And my brother, who was just beside me, brought me back to my senses, and I just took the car back and drove over. And when I went there, I saw a lady crying and screaming, and I discovered there is a boy under my tires. There is a boy under my car's tire. I was like, my heart started pounding. I didn't know what to do. There was lots of crowd. It was in such a distress and panic state. Finally, I just calmed myself down. I took the boy, and I saw, thank God, there was no any major injury. There was no head injury. There was no abdominal trauma. Only his 1/3 of his foot was under the tire. And by the time I drove it back, with the boy back, then when I examined, there was nothing major issue, but I suspected there could be some fracture at least. And obviously the boy is just 4.5, 5 years old boy. I felt so bad. And again, I felt so grateful also that nothing major happened at that moment. But people were trying to attack us. Obviously they're in the attacking mode. He's just a small child, and mother didn't know what to do. She was just crying, and she was blaming herself that I shouldn't have left the boy like that. So finally, I calmed myself down at that moment. I took control over the situation and I explained them that I'm a doctor myself, and I assured them that I'll take the situation seriously and I'll take the responsibility of that situation. And I took that boy to the hospital where I work. I informed in prior that I'm coming, and so that we could directly rush the boy into the ER. We took an X-ray. I called my colleague over who's an orthopedician. He has seen, and you know what? There was not even a hairline fracture. There was just small abrasion. That is it. Thank God. Seriously. It was really a miracle. It is impossible because I could literally feel when my car just ran over him. His leg. But surprisingly nothing happened. And you know, the boy, the moment his mother gave him a cell phone and put some video, comic video, he stopped crying, and he was so completely immersed in that video, he started laughing also, stopped crying completely. I was like, I didn't understand what's happening. Like 10 minutes back, this boy is under my car's tire, and now he is just smiling on his bed. There was no words to explain what I felt at that moment. But there is something to learn from. Finally, their father called. I spoke to the father. I reassured him that he's very much fine, and we just gave him one small TT injection, a painkiller, gave him a syrup, and analgesic, and I assisted and sent him back home. So mother was also fine. I hope the boy is fine today. And I told them, if there is any problem, please come over. So this is that story. What is that we have to learn? What is that I learned? 5 things. First lesson. We all will encounter such unforeseen circumstances in life. Suddenly something happens. Suddenly some distress situation happens. Our mind just freezes. Our mind and body gets into this fight or flight mode. You don't think, you can't act. But that moment, take a deep breath, calm yourself down, take over the situation, take in charge, take control over the situation. Had I not thought swiftly and boldly, I told them, I am a doctor and I will take care of this boy. Please don't panic. Because people were already in attacking mode. They would have called up police, they would have made a big drama there. Instead of attending to the victim first, they would start blaming. But seriously, I felt very bad. I should have been more careful. But I was not in the speed. He just directly ran over my car. But still, he's just a boy. I can't blame him. I always thought I have to be more careful. I should be taking care. Had that situation was not dealt in a proper way by me and my family, I would have been in a headline today. If something would have happened, something worse would have happened. Thank God. So, think swiftly, act fast, take responsibility and take control over the situation. First lesson. Second, when something happens in an accident, if you encounter an accident, please go there and help them. If there is profuse bleeding, put firm pressure using some cloth or something which is nearby. Put firm pressure and hold it for 1 to 2 minutes. Most of the times bleeding stops. Don't tie a tourniquet, sometimes it does more harm. And immobilize that part of the leg, or if you suspect any major fracture, immobilize the patient and call for help. If there is any medical personnel, please let them come over and do the basic first aid, whatever they can. Third thing, be very, very cautious, be very vigilant when you're on the road, because your one small mistake can change a destiny of a family. I really felt very grateful. I really felt very, very, very grateful. situation could have been worse. Fourth, to the parents. The mother was blaming herself that I should have taken care. He just left her hand over and ran onto the road. Please, parents, when you're having small kids around, be cautious and don't leave them. And fifth, gratefulness, gratitude. This is very important in life. You think that some situation has happened and a bad situation has happened, but sometimes you never know. That situation can be more worse. It could have been gone more wrong. Be always grateful for whatever has happened. You do what you can do. Definitely, you must do. Take responsibility and take action, but always feel grateful also. This is one such grateful moment I could never forget in my life. I hope this video helps you, and if you like it, please don't forget to subscribe, because this is my first video and I'll be coming up with so many more life story and real life examples. And if you're a doctor, please do subscribe. We have something to talk about and discuss. Thank you so much. God bless you.